Hi, it's Brian. You are on the Art of Startup War again. I am back with another phenomenal Expert Dojo investment that we have made. The objective of this podcast is very simple. It is for investors to be able to get access to really good diligence that was done by a fellow investor before that investor invested in the company, delivered to you in an entertaining way so that you enjoy the conversation. Right, that's the deal. So today, got a phenomenal company that we were lucky enough to be able to make an investment into. This company is making great strides. We're absolutely delighted with it. We're going to run through in the podcast today a little bit about the team. We're going to talk about the product. We're going to talk about how it has impacted on the market. We're going to talk about the investment received, investment been looking for. We're going to talk about the North Star. We're going to talk about how we're going to develop this into a $1 billion product. All of that in the next 30 minutes. Yanis, welcome to the show, my friend.
Brian, really excited and happy to be here with you to do this this record and talk about a little bit about Logra and how we are going to impact 1 million Latin America SMBs. Let's go.
That is a beautiful thing. So we are talking about small business, serving small business in a way that is absolutely needed. And I remember when I first met you and we went through the first diligence, and I thought to myself, wow, unless small business get access to resources that's going to allow them to succeed, they will continue to have the same problems and failure rate as ever before. And I loved that Logra were taking that on head on. Can you speak a little bit to the genesis of Logra, like what it was that gave you the idea to start the company? And then we're going to talk a little bit about the team, but just bring us into the why first.
Yeah, definitely, Brian. Happy to do that quick intro of myself. I'm French. I can't hide it with my accent. Studied business school. Doing my exchange in Mexico, I stayed there. Start my first company. The first one was a successful. Second one much more meaningful because it was my first exit, and more important, I met my co-founder there. So after my exit, I was obsessed with how could I help SMB owner like my father who struggled constantly all his life. And at this moment, I invite my co-founder to join Israel, which is an amazing CTO, and Luis and Andres, which are two top strategist consultants who spent the last 12 years creating a unique methodology in Latin America to help thousands of SMBs to grow, achieving quick results, working with the biggest private and public entities in Latin America. So at this moment, we dive into SMB life, and we realized that they have three main problems. And this is how Logra born.
Fantastic. So what was it about the capabilities of Logra that got you excited? So you recognized you had success. Fantastic. So you were in a position to be able to talk about this. You realized that there were huge problems with businesses, and I would say not just in Latin America, but Latin America is a great place to start. But there were huge challenges that they were facing, which was stopping them from being able to break through. And you also recognize that with this platform that already had some work put into it, you had the potential to be able to take on those challenges head first. Speak to us a little bit about specifically what the challenges were that you felt that Logra was able to overcome.
Yeah, totally. So the problem we discover SMBs have, and you told it, no, all SMBs in the world have the same one. We are in Latin America, we know the market, and what we discover, it's three main problems. The first one, it's the diagnosis. SMBs don't know how to diagnose and articulate the challenges they are facing. The second one, it's the selection of solutions to solve these challenges. There are so many solution offerings that it's very hard to find and to select relevant solution for them. We're talking about courses, webinars, TikToks, Google results, LinkedIn polls, tools. So it's very hard for them. And the third, it's the implementation key. And most SMBs fail to implement solution because they don't have a step-by-step guide that help them to take action effectively. So at this moment, we created Logra, which is a fully automated advisor for SMBs combined with a marketplace of B2B solution driven by algorithm. So our end-to-end platform solve these three main problems LATAM SMBs have, which is diagnose their challenges. We help them to diagnose the challenges. We recommend them a solution to solve them, which can be curated content, which can be digital tools and SaaS, and which can be experts and consultants. And most important, we guide them to implement this solution successfully, and we help them to track the progress.
Fantastic. And how difficult was it to build Logra? Because that's a lot of moving pieces. Like to get the expertise, to diagnose the problems, you almost have to do so much practice and testing and research to make sure that you're doing it properly. Like talk us a little bit about the journey of building it, because I would imagine the accuracy to a level that you are happy with it was incredibly hard to get to.
Definitely was a path who started 12 years ago. As I as I told you, my co-founders, Luis and Andres, worked during 12 years designing this unique methodology to diagnose and to guide SMBs to achieve quick results, solving their challenges. So they passed through a path to sell, to launch many programs with governments, with corporations, with entities all around Latin America. So basically, they are the guys who understand better the SMB ecosystem in LATAM and the guys to build this product. So to give you like a quick overview about the platform, it's first of all fully automated, driven by our innovative proprietary models. We built thanks to this experience. So first we have a maturity model, which is a digital algorithm that diagnoses 7 areas and 170 challenges of any SMB, creating a specific plan of the challenges the company need to solve first. So we create them this specific plan. After that, we have a recommendation algorithm, which is able to select and to recommend relevant solution according to the profile of the user, of the SMB, and the maturity level in each area. We are talking about finance, administration, marketing, sales, human resources, planification and strategy, and digitization and technology. So the 4 types of solution, as I mentioned, are like content, actionable tactics, tools, and experts. And additionally to that, we created a tactic model, which is a framework we designed for experts, so SaaS and consultants, that help them to convert their knowledge or content into a step-by-step guide for any SMB to achieve a specific result. Like, for example, how to calculate your CAC, because we discovered that they need this step-by-step guide, the problem I was talking at the beginning, which is the implementation. So we are today integrating AI into the tactic creation because we discovered that it helped the consultants to create better tactics. And we are starting to discover how we are going to integrate AI for SMBs because we are agnostic with only one objective, which is making SMB successful. So this is for very soon.
I love it. And then, so what were some of the challenges, the big challenges? On every hero's journey, there's a moment where you are hit with impossible challenges that only the most relentless can overcome. Talk to us a little bit about the early days and some of those really big challenges you faced.
First of all, was the big challenges we like start to dive was to build a very strong platform for three stakeholders. Why? Because today we are on a momentum, on a position which is perfect for Logra, but which take us a lot of time and a lot of effort to build. Why? Four things. SMB digital adoption in Latin America is exploding. Today, they are spending $6 billion in SaaS and consultant in solution, and this will triple in the next 3 years. So the demand is exploding. The offer is exploding too. The SaaS offer is growing 24% a year. There is more and more consultants specialized per area and per region, same as digital to services. So more offer with weak distribution channels. And additionally to that, we are seeing entities, so banks, pension funds, chamber of commerce, which group SMBs network, investing billions of dollars. We are talking about more than $50 billion every year to push digitization with very limited solutions. So seeing that, we understand that the best position is to put and to build Logra in the middle of the ecosystem. And this was like a very, very, very hard path, very hard path. So we make it. And after that, one of the biggest challenges we like launch it was, okay, how we are going to tackle this market. There is 13 million SMBs in Latin America. And as I told you, these 13 million are solving or trying to solve their lack of productivity with digital solution, SaaS and consultants. So the opportunity here is that the SMBs support 30% of the GDP in Latin America. In the United States, it's 44%. In Europe, it's 57%. So they are 2 times less productive than European SMBs. So they are waking up to digitization. And there is a huge opportunity cost too, which is the time spent by SMBs teams trying to investigate and implementing any kind of solution failing. So it's an automated market, totally automated. And today, the SaaS trying to enter in Latin America have a very, very, very high CAC. So how do we tackle that? We have 2 main challenges. And I mean, I'm telling you that to understand very the hard part was building this product for 3 tech stakeholders and tackle it in a way we are doing it today. So the first channel is through experts, consultants, staff, and other providers are looking for today exposition, reputation, and positioning to get more qualified leads. So thanks to our platform, they are converting in a very efficient way their knowledge into tactics that help us to get more exposure and to generate qualified leads. And this is creating a network effect.
And just so I just want to give a break on this so that people can just catch it, because there's a lot of information here. Okay, so you're bringing in coaches and experts as partners. And so and I think in a lot of investors are looking to hear this, like they do care about the detail, but they don't want to go so deep in on the detail that they lose the higher level, right? So for them, the general business model is on affiliates, right? That those coaches will come in, they become your partners, they pay the coaches, and you get paid, or you get paid yourself. Can you share how the revenue model will work and then how it ties into all of the different services?
Yeah, totally. Maybe just to finish, because it's important, the second channel is through entities, institution, bank, pension fund, because SMBs trust on their solution recommendation to implement them. So we give to entities our SMB platform in a white label way, so they can impact thousands of SMBs, get real-time data and insights, and using our platform to deliver value to their SMBs. So how the business model is working today. We are a SaaS for SMBs at 90 USD per year, and the entities can pay the subscription for their SMB network at 15 USD per year per SMB. Let me give you an example. We are working with Colsubsidio and Davivienda, which is the biggest bank and biggest pension fund in Colombia. We started 2 pilots with them with 12,000 SMBs. So 12,000 per 15 USD, 180K USD per year, ARR for 3 years. And this is today how we are going to scale the business, the revenue. We are going to launch more subscription for enterprise and for this kind of organization. FinTech, HR Tech are asking us to use the platform, same as entities. We are going to launch a SaaS model for experts for this lead generation tool. And we will deploy, and we was talking about that together, I remember about AppSumo, we will deploy a marketplace for SMBs with the expert offer to realize upsell and cross-sell with the SMBs.
Perfect. And then take in affiliate revenues based on all of those, right? And you'll have this great list of experts that you'll pass out. And then how will the coaching integrate as well? And how do you use the coaches to be able to also expand out the message too?
Alors, the coaches today, the consultants, are using Logra, as I mentioned, to convert their content, to get more exposure, and they are sharing their tactics, which is a framework we built as a proprietary innovative model. And every SMB executing a tactic from Brian is a new lead generation for Brian. So you can see and you can have a lead generation, a new lead, a new qualified leads from people consuming your content. And this is completely innovative.
I love that. And look, and for everybody listening, imagine it like this, right? First of all, you have this huge market. You have any creative starting a company anywhere. Entrepreneurs all around the world. Everybody doesn't know what they don't know. That's the problem with entrepreneurship. But there are certain aspects of it that can be codified to help people go in the right direction. If people are running in the right direction and they're running fast, generally speaking, they will be successful in their company. If people are running in the wrong direction and they're running fast, they'll go wrong. And if they're running slowly and they're going in the right direction, they'll go wrong. So the idea of Logra is to provide all of the tools at a very affordable marketplace price. It's a little bit like being a part of Amazon Prime, right? The benefits that you get far outweigh the small Amazon Prime or Walmart membership that you're going to pay every single year. Now then, think about this. How much money do small businesses spend on an annual basis on everything? Their MailChimp, their email subscriptions, their marketing, their attorneys, their accountants. The list is endless. And this is just small companies. As the companies get bigger, it's even more than this. What do people want? They want to get the right resources and they want to get it at the very best price. What are Logra going to be able to do? As they get bigger and bigger and bigger and they have more buying power, they will not only get better affiliate fees, but they will also get better discounts for the companies that they're working with. This provides a place whereby people will be able to go with their companies and know they can get access to the best services at the very lowest prices. It is a guaranteed win. Then loop in there the coaches, which they also have access to as well, and are also have got a two-way relationship with the platform. And now you have this beautiful synergistic marketplace where everything continues to move around and come back to Logra, all based on a SaaS membership, which provides the guaranteed revenue coming through. So I love this. Yanis, correct me if I'm wrong with any of this as far as your vision is. But I'd also love if you could speak maybe to some competitors, because again, folks listening to this will think, love the model, love you, love the fact that you've exited companies before, love the fact that you have a great team, love that you're bringing AI to be able to provide better services for early stage companies and mid stage companies. But what else is out there? And then how do you create a moat to compete against all those people properly?
Yeah, totally. Totally. Let me tell you what's our competitive landscape. Clarifying, we have like three alternatives today SMBs have to solve their challenges. This is the three alternatives we are competing. The first one, which is the easy and cheapest option, is to go on Google, go on blog, TikTok, LinkedIn, or Capterra, which is a digital tool library solution, and search for a result. However, the result is very scattered and not necessarily what they need. So this is first option. Second alternative is going for learning education, EdTech, taking courses, reinforcing skills to solve specific challenges. The problem is that it's costly money and time because they have to invest without having a guarantee that this will work and solve their challenges. And the third one, because it's just learning, and the third one, which is a top tier solution, it's consultants. The thing about consultants is that first, it's expensive, and second, oftentimes they are focused on suggesting what you should do, but not helping you with implementation, and definitely not tracking your progress. And this is where Logra is different. We are connecting these different blocks from simple courses, actionable tactics, and consultants. But more importantly, we prioritize what you need to do. We recommend you accurate solution to solve a specific challenge, and we guide you through the implementation while we are tracking your progress.
Sounds like you do pretty good. And it's very true. I watch our entrepreneurs coming through here, and people have got no clue. And the awful thing is there's that old adage, which is like, make the mistakes and you learn from them the next time. And I don't go with that. I prefer not to make mistakes and have the right platforms around you. So, okay, we've covered the team, great team. We've covered the product, fantastic product. We've covered the competition, really good. We've covered the genesis and the challenges that you faced, which show your grit as an entrepreneur. We just a couple more questions. I want to go into the traction going forward, and I want to speak to how much money that you're raising in 2023. We're now in April 2023. So I want to talk about how much money that you're raising right now. I want to talk about what that money is going to be used for. And in parallel, I want to talk about the traction that it's going to bring you this year and next year. And before we do that, I want to make sure everybody has your contact details so that they can contact with you. And then we're going to finish on the big question, which is that you are 10 years in the future. It's Bloomberg TV. They're interviewing you because you've exited out of Logra with a phenomenal exit. I want you to talk to us a little bit about an excerpt from that future-facing interview that you're going to have, where you're going to talk about what you sold the company for, how well the company did, what types of revenue you were doing, how many customers that you had come through. Talk us through the success, okay? But first things first, let's talk a little bit about your current raise, and let's talk about the traction that we have expected in 2023, 2024.
So let's talk about the traction we achieved, because without that, we don't have the current raise.
Lovely.
So in the next 2 years, we built, as I told you, a very strong platform with 3 connected products: SMB platform, entity platform, expert platform. In the last 18 months, we run our SMB platform with more than 500 active SMB users with amazing results in terms of retention. We are closing to product market fit. Don't want to dive that, but we have an NPS of 86. They love the product. And we have more than 50 experts using our platform, creating hundreds of tactics every month, indexing more than 600 digital tools and SaaS, and thousands of content to solve specific challenges. And to validate our plan to reach 1 million SMBs, we closed these two partnerships with the biggest bank and pension fund in Colombia, which give us access to 12,000 SMBs, an ARR of 180K for the next 3 years, only with these two clients. And the big cherry on the cake is that this makes us profitable this year, next year, and for the third year, so until 2025, with 11 teammates. But we have here a happy problem. We get product market fit with entities because we quit a restriction they have, which is create a quality conversation with their SMB network, and they are solving it with Logra. We have today 50 entities waiting to implement our platform for 50,000 SMBs, both still be pilot projects. So the landscape is 500,000 SMBs. We're going to get $1 million ARR with these contracts, but we put in standby because we are not 100% ready. And this is why we are raising today. So we are raising 1.5 million. We already have 350K. We are moving by tranche. The 2 of May. I'm sorry?
Excellent.
Yeah. The 2 of May, we have the mediatic launch in Colombia. And we have 3 goals with this, this race. The first one is to finish onboarding 12,000 SMBs, which is much more than some LATAM unicorns already have. The second one is to finish the product, to be sure we are solving the SMB productivity challenge for each stakeholder. And the third one is to respond the demand of 50 entities and get $1 million ARR and be profitable again with the new team we are going to hire.
I love it.
So yeah, this is the traction, this is the raise, and this is what we expect with this raise, to become the most dominant player in this just-in-time knowledge space in Latin America in the next 18 months.
Great. And I don't want to ruin his future-facing statement from the interview with Bloomberg after he exits, but just imagine if a company has got all of the data for small and medium-sized enterprises, all of the data. Imagine who would want that data: insurance companies, banks, finance companies, human resources companies, accounting companies. They want them so bad that they won't wait for the affiliate revenue to come through. They will be becoming official platinum partners. And that stuff isn't free. Okay, so before we go into this is it, I'm going to leave last words for Yanis to be able to come in and explain exactly how that interview went with Bloomberg in 10 years' time when he talked about the exit of the company. But before we do, can you share your email address so people can contact you afterwards?
Yeah, for sure. My email is ID, like I have an ID, but just the 2 first letter, at Logra, Logra.io.
Beautiful. And obviously, anybody who ever wants to contact me, whether it's diligence on the company or just to say nice things about the company, it's Brian at expertdojo.com. Okay, the final words go to you.
So I'm going to tell you how we are going to be in 3 years. In 3 years, we will impact 1 million SMBs, and we will be the main distribution channel for any B2B solution to access the SMB market in Latin America, which is just about to digitize. So any solution will going to pass through Logra to access the SME market. So talking about this interview in 10 years in Bloomberg, we will be very happy to participate in the reinforce of the decentralization of the economy, because we make strongest SMBs. We make strongest the father and the mother of this world, the people which are employing a big majority of the active population in the world. And this impacts making social improve, helping families, billions of families, to live better, to have more money, to be more happy on their daily. And this is why we are doing what we do, and we love what we do.
I love it. You heard it here. Okay, direct access into an entire continent. Great company. We made an investment into the company. Absolutely delighted with it. The round has already started. Again, look, when you hear me talk about these things, you're not hearing me soliciting that you all should run in and immediately invest, because obviously I can't do that in a show like this. But what I can tell you is that we invested, that we're very happy with our investment. We believe the company is going to continue to go from strength to strength. We believe they're onto something really big right now, and it is well worth having a conversation with the founder. So you've got Yanis's details, you've got my details. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from a great company soaring through to become a unicorn.